If you're a Wrexham fan, hold on tight, because today's video is unmissable. We've got 3 huge stories straight from behind the scenes of the Welsh club. But hang on, the biggest one is coming up in the third part, and trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, because it could completely reshape Wrexham's plans for the upcoming season. Before we get there, we have 2 important updates that help piece together the transfer puzzle, and explain why Jamie Vardy's name is hotter than ever in the halls of the SDK Kai Raz. Let's dive in. News 1. McElhenney, the brain of the team. We kick off today's video with one of the most respected names in and out of the Wrexham locker room, James McElhenney. The captain opened up about his current phase at the club, and he didn't hold back. He feels at home. According to McElhenney, Wrexham is the first place in a long time where he truly feels appreciated, respected, and part of an environment that lets him play freely, with joy and motivation. "It's class," he said. "Here, people understand me, they trust me, and that brought back the joy of playing football. I feel like I've got many good years still ahead." Strong words from a guy who's seen it all in English and international football. For those who don't remember, McElhenney joined Wrexham in the summer of 2023, just before the team started its first campaign back in the Football League. Since then, he's become a cornerstone of Phil Parkinson's squad. A player who not only delivers on the pitch, with grit, tactical intelligence, and leadership, but also has a huge impact off the field. McElhenney is the kind of captain who guides, supports, and leads by example. Younger players look up to him. And now that Wrexham is moving up to the Championship, the second tier of English football, his role becomes even more crucial. The challenge is bigger, the matches are tougher, and having someone with McElhenney's experience in the squad could be key, especially when the going gets tough. Phil Parkinson knows that. Which is why, even with new signings and changes in the squad, McElhenney remains untouchable. It's no surprise that he came back to pre-season looking sharp both physically and mentally, ready for another big journey with the Red Dragons. Another interesting point, McElhenney might face direct competition at left-back if Owen Beck, from Liverpool, joins the club. But instead of seeing it as a problem, McElhenney views it as an opportunity to mentor. He wants to help, to teach, to prepare the future, because he understands that the club is bigger than any one player. If Wrexham wants to climb another step and go head-to-head with the big teams in the Championship, one thing's for sure, they'll need McElhenney leading on the field and guiding off it. This love story between player and club is far from over. And if what we're seeing now is any indication, James McElhenney still has many chapters left to write in the book of Wrexham's new era. News number 2. Danny Ward is back. Now it's time to talk about a story that blends past, emotion, and a lot of excitement for the future. Danny Ward is back at Wrexham. Yes, after more than a decade playing for some of the biggest clubs in England, the Welsh goalkeeper has returned to where it all began. Ward left Wrexham as a teenager after catching the eye of Liverpool and making a big leap in his career. But now, at 32 years old and with plenty of experience under his belt, he's back at his hometown club with a different mission: to give back everything that Wrexham gave him at the start of his journey. And make no mistake, he didn't hide his emotions. In an interview with the club's official website, Ward spoke from the heart. He said coming back to Wrexham is an incredible feeling, that he's thrilled to be part of such a special moment in the club's history, and that he feels it's time to repay all the trust he received back when he was just a young dreamer. The timing couldn't be more symbolic. Wrexham is riding high, living one of the most important chapters in its recent history, and seeing a homegrown player returning with so much desire to contribute just fuels the fire for the fans even more. But it wasn't just Ward who had something to say. Manager Phil Parkinson also spoke about the keeper's arrival. According to him, Ward is much more than a backup option. He's an experienced, reliable player whose profile fits perfectly with the club's project. Parkinson knows how important it is to have a well-balanced squad to compete in the Championship, and Ward is coming in for exactly that, to strengthen the group and bring depth to a key position. And here's an important detail: while Ward joins as the immediate backup to Arthur Okonkwo, things can change quickly. Okonkwo, who was one of last season's standout performers, has a strong chance of being called up to represent Nigeria at the Africa Cup of Nations. That could open the door for Danny Ward to step in as the first-choice keeper at a crucial point in the season, just as the calendar gets tighter, with championship fixtures, domestic cups, and potentially high-stakes matches. In other words, Ward didn't return just to make up the numbers. He's back with a defined role, but with the confidence and ability to become a starter at any moment. And that makes a huge difference, especially for a goalkeeper. Add to that his experience at clubs like Leicester City, Huddersfield, and Liverpool, plus regular call-ups to the Wales national team, and you've got a top-tier asset. For a team that wants to grow steadily and compete head-to-head with the Championship's big guns, having 2 high-level goalkeepers is a major luxury, and Phil Parkinson knows it. Now, with Ward fully integrated into the squad, the pre-season tour in Australia will be a great opportunity to see how he fits in and what the real plans are for him this season. One thing's for sure, Danny Ward's return isn't just a nostalgic homecoming, it's a strategic move for Wrexham's future. And for anyone who loves this club, there are plenty of reasons to celebrate. News 3, Vardy to Wrexham. The dream is gaining strength. Now this is it, the most anticipated news of the day. The one that's in the title, the thumbnail, and could turn the championship market, and maybe even English football, upside down. Jamie Vardy is a free agent. Yes, that Vardy. The Leicester City icon. Premier League champion. Scorer of over 200 goals for the Foxes. A living legend of British football. And now, his name is back in full force behind the scenes at Wrexham. And no, this isn't just some wild rumour. We've got solid info. Vardy is looking for a club where he can be a regular starter. Somewhere he can make a real difference on the pitch, just like he always has. And let's be honest, at Wrexham, that number 9 shirt is just waiting for someone like him. Other clubs are interested too, like Crystal Palace, Leeds United, and even Rangers in Scotland. But at those clubs, he'd likely be a bench option or a late-game sub. At Wrexham, though, he'd be the star striker, the headline signing, the face of the season. A dream move for a player who still wants to compete and be front and centre while doing it. Wrexham, on the other hand, isn't sitting still. Manager Phil Parkinson knows he needs more firepower. He's already brought in Ryan Hardie, sure, but the championship is a grind, and one striker won't cut it, especially for a team with real promotion ambitions. And even at 38 years old, Vardy's not done yet. His numbers speak for themselves: 145 Premier League goals, plus 38 more in the championship. He still has the killer instinct, the experience, the leadership, and he knows how to win. Then there's something else working in Wrexham's favour: the unique atmosphere around the club. The global attention thanks to owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, the bold project, the passionate fan base, the media exposure. It all makes Wrexham more than just a football team, it's a story. And Vardy could be the next chapter the whole world tunes in to watch. Even former goalkeeper Ben Foster, who knows Wrexham inside out, recently said that the Championship or MLS are the most realistic paths for Vardy. And that's where the plan could come together: 1 year starring at Wrexham, then a move to the US. A perfect, smart transition. Right now, things are still being discussed. But the door is open. The pieces are lining up. And the possibility of seeing Jamie Vardy in Wrexham Red has never been more real. If this happens, one thing's for sure: Wrexham won't just be signing a proven goalscorer, they'll be bringing in a name that could elevate the club's status on and off the pitch. So, what do you think? Is Vardy coming? Or is this all just smoke? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to hear your take. And of course, if you love Wrexham, keep an eye on transfer news, or just enjoy a good underdog story with a bit of drama and surprise. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a like. We've got new videos every day, with all the latest updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes stories. I'll see you in the next video, and who knows, maybe Vardy will be in red by then. See you soon.